Welcome to ToV Live. It is Valhalla time, and sorry, do that again. They didn't hear that because I didn't press the button.
Oh, I was trying to do it at the same time you did.
I know. Okay, it is Valhalla time. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to do it the same time as you did. It's fine.
Anyway, I did want to say, though, because that kind of threw me off now, because he was saying Valhalla time when I said Valhalla time, and it didn't work. But I was also going to say to all one of you watching, because technically there probably is only one of you watching tonight, because I did this on a holiday weekend because I don't pay attention to holiday weekends. I probably should, and will pay attention to more of that in the future. So for those of you watching this on the replay, we love you anyway. We understand. Go spend time with your family. Have fun. It's holiday weekend before the grind of the fall happens, so completely understand. Anyway, I'm Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla, here on the ToV Podcast, and we have with us tonight Joe Crazy on the panel. Here we are. It's us. It's just us. That's it. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about some VC stuff tonight, Joe. Well, first we got some shout outs to give. We got quite a handful.
Shout out!
Quite a handful of shout outs. We also are going to be looking at some VC squads and heroes, and this is the one reason why Joe Crazy is here, because one of those is the Gnids, and it doesn't matter what Joe's doesn't matter what Joe was going to be doing or where he was going to participate in this because Gnids. So counted on that. And then we have some comments as well for the end of this. So for this recording, Joe, how about we just hop right into the shoutouts?
Who else is making some awesome content? Who else?
We got some new stuff, actually. So I'm going to share that screen as quickly as I can. Anytime now. Sometime. I just got to get... Wait a second. Okay. There's the button. Okay.
Every time. I would love for you to just interject with it in technical difficulties screen.
Well, here, actually, let me do something here. I do have, and I always forget to use it, but I do have a Mad Nugok Saw. And that's just going to play. I mean, for those of you listening on Spotify, you just hear Nugok Saw being very angry. But for everyone else watching on YouTube, yeah, okay. We're just gonna go back to that. So, I do have an angry Nugok Saw, but
there you go.
Yeah, that's about as far as like switching to something go, and I always forget to do it. So it's like I feel like at the end of the stream, I could have switched to an angry Nugok Saw at that moment. I didn't. Anyway, how about we look at these up and coming? Actually, 584 subscribers on Cody's Cardboard, and it's like I think like a couple weeks ago, Cody was at a dozen or so. He took advantage of the shorts, Joe. He took advantage of the shorts. That's it. But what's very interesting about Cody's Cardboard, definitely give him a follow. He's got some very interesting shorts. Some of it's got other games, but a lot of it is, as you can see here, Heroscape terrain, very nice Hellforge. You see that Hellforge there. That's a really cool
super dope
Hellforge paint. So really massively does a unique thing for the shorts. So up and coming YouTuber, taking advantage of those things. So check out Cody's Cardboard and give him a sub. Sometimes he shows up on the streams as well. Here in the chat, so definitely check them out. All right, and then we're moving on to Etsy. Etsy. If I share the tab, I guess I should do that. That's probably an idea. Roshi Craft. So this is Master Roshi, aka Andrew, aka I love the alt sculpts from Master Roshi, and I've talked about Master Roshi before, and set up an Etsy, and so I definitely wanted to promote that. And you can just see like the versions of alt sculpts here. You got like a pre-painted mock there. So you got some VC sculpts, you got some like orc sculpts, you've got like Vidar agent sculpts. So you can get some a VC one. You can get alt car. You can get an alt. Who's that in the back? I guess.
There's some really awesome stuff. I know he's got Contorna.
You got a Contorna.
Oh, maybe I've just seen that through his Instagram.
You got Zombie Knights. And hello, Brandon Goebel, first in the chat, apart from Joe Crazy. And Major Midnight says, just arrived. Good evening. Yeah, Brandon, Master Roshi is... Did Instagram ban him? Is that why he moved to Etsy? I didn't realize that. Well, so sorry, but shout out to Master Roshi, Andrew. His stuff is amazing. I plan to eventually
that doesn't seem right.
Get all his alt sculpts. I have a few of his alt sculpts. I want to get more as soon as I can. But yeah, his stuff. He's an artist. He's a superb artist with this stuff, and I wish him all the success. Definitely, again, links in the description below for everything we're shouting out. Check out his Etsy, and even if there's stuff not shown up, just message him and just say, hey, is there a possibility you could do this or this? And he might be able to do it.
Feed him some ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure he'll make it happen.
Yeah, he loves it. So, but Brandon, I didn't realize that Instagram banned him. Why? I don't get it.
Yeah, that makes zero sense to me at all.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Andrew about that. I saw Andrew at Gen Con. Actually, I faced against Master Roshi at Gen Con. He beat me. It was a close game during the championship, but he ended up beating me. So it was my first time playing against him, actually. So that was fun. But yeah, shout out to Roshi Craft. Definitely check out his Etsy and check out what he can do. It's very superb stuff. And then we're going back to YouTube here. Guess what, guys? It's like hell froze over because Chris Perkins was out the first round at Gen Con Championship, and then it reheated back up because he's got a YouTube channel. Chris Perkins has got a YouTube channel. Stop the presses. Major Midnight, he was too good for Instagram. Yeah, Master Roshi definitely too good for Instagram. So he's on Etsy. Check out his Etsy store. But guys, Chris Perkins has a YouTube channel, and he's got content. He's got video content. He's got live content, and only 75 subscribers. Guys, we need to blow this YouTube channel up. So please go subscribe to Chris Perkins. Anything that guy says is absolute gold. He's been on the podcast before, and that's one of the best podcasts we ever did. Was me and Joe. I think it was just me and Joe and Chris. And half the time, both me and Joe's mouths were just hanging open because it's like, this guy.
I love talking to Chris. He's great. He's got great feedback. So yeah, I know I'm gonna have to see because scrolling through some of these videos, he show off some gameplay, and shows off him going through the whole convention of Gen Con, which is awesome since I didn't get to experience that. So. This is so cool. I'm so happy that he's entering the world.
Yeah. He's pretty good too.
He's a champion in Heroscape, and now he's gonna be a champion in the content creation realm. So this is great. I'm so happy for him.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, and yes, Brandon. I was just I was just thinking things aloud. So that's the question you don't have to answer. But anyway, last but not least, Jandar's Dispatch. Now, this is coming from some of the guys who were part of what is it? Casters of Valhalla, COV. And I actually found out, listening to a little bit of Jandar's Dispatch, that actually Mike from Casters of Valhalla, the guy who ran Casters of Valhalla, is actually retiring that podcast. So it's kind of heartbreaking, because always appreciated Mike and everything he does, but totally understand. And so this is why they decided to do Jandar's Dispatch, and they're making their start with this first one. So again, link in the description below for all these. Definitely check Jandar's Dispatch out. Here, I think it's on Spotify, and I think
and
you got Gordon, you got Ken, who are basically doing this type of thing, like what me and you do, Joe.
Absolute legends. Yes. Absolute legends.
Oh, yes.
Like just the most knowledgeable people next to Chris Perkins, most knowledgeable people about this game.
Absolutely.
So fantastic. And I gotta say, Ryan, and if you don't is there any other shout outs after this one? Is this the last shout out?
This is the last one.
Okay. I have to say how happy I am to see 4 things that people have been doing with Heroscape, and it's not something of Valhalla.
No, it's not.
Usually there's so many things of Valhalla.
I have no idea what you mean, Joe. I have no clue. I have no idea what you mean.
I think just coming off of Jandar's Dispatch being a podcast name is just so good. I love that they're using cool. that power as a way to produce content, and it's such a great name for a podcast. I think it's so awesome. I love that. So bravo to you guys for choosing Jandar's Dispatch.
Guys, just be consistent.
That's great.
They were talking about like trying to do it every month, and then they kind of chuckle, and I was like, but no matter how you do it, but try and be as consistent as possible in the time you have. Even if it's not once a month, every 2 months or every 3 months, just try and find a consistent pace. And we're ready and willing to listen, and hopefully we can get these guys on with us again in the future, because it's always great having discussions with them on. But yeah, so that's taking a look at those things. Again, link in the description below for all that information on where to find these wonderful content creators and give them some support. And hey there, Brennan Nichols in the chat. Hello, howdy. Glad you could join us tonight. All right, so now we're going to go into the main segment tonight, which is we love Dysel. Dysel on Twitch is great too. And we haven't had Dysel actually on the podcast yet. That might change soon, guys. That might change very, very soon. So keep an eye out. Yeah, Dysel is a great player. But right now, what we're going to get into is some VC Valhalla Customs minis. And Joe, if you want to just give a quick second of for those who are new to VC, because there might be a couple people in the audience who might not know what VC is.
Absolutely,
let's give a quick rundown. What is VC exactly?
So VC is Valhalla Customs. These are the unofficial expansion to Heroscape. You got to put the unofficial, because they're not actually legal in any like Renegade games or anything like that. It's just this is for like there's a I see them as official, but like because they're just so good that way. But yeah, this. So there's 2 branches of VC. There is the C3V and the SOV. The C3V is kind of what we're looking at tonight. They come out in waves, 3 to 4 characters every so often.
And they started doing waves back in 2011.
Back in 2011.
Yep.
So there's a group of guys and gals that put together and play test units from other games. They create cards for them for Heroscape. And put them together and release them to the public to be like, hey, grab these units, play them on your boards. These are competitive ready, but they could also be used for whatever your Heroscape adventures could be. And then there's the SOV, which they actually take community submissions, play test them, grade them, put them through rigorous testing, so then they can release them within waves, into the waves of the C3V. So there's two kind of distinctions of where these community members create these customs for Heroscapers all around. So if for people that are looking to find the whole waves of stuff, Heroscapers.com.
Yeah, link in the description below too on YouTube.
Yeah,
you got
in the link. So if you go down there, yeah. So Ryan, you have it on the board there. Just a quick view of where to find that page that you're on.
Right.
So if you go to forums, you can scroll down. They have different categories for, original Heroscape, Age of Annihilation, and then they have customs. You click on the custom units and army cards, then go see the C3V and SOV customs. There's the books of C3V and SOV index, and then you can categorize, search for by name, set and pack, general point costs, by planet, and a huge line. Then there's the other option to find and take a look at all these units, and that is on Heroscape.org, Chris Perkins' own community contribution. And you can just go through the whole catalog. Yeah. Perfect. There, see, there it is. Yep. For the viewers here. So Heroscape.org is also a great place. There's an actual little switch from Classic to VC that turns your, let's say, 200 to 300 cards into 300 to 400 more figures to look at. So
it's
unlimited possibilities and power. Yes! Turn on the well springs.
Yes. And the interesting thing is too, we had Captain Stupendous with us. I think it was 2 podcasts
last
ago.
Time.
Yeah, or was it last
2 podcasts ago?
I think it was 2 podcasts ago.
I thought it was last time.
No, it was before Gen Con.
Because we did classics
because VC released a new wave. So we were going through an overview of that. So they're still doing stuff. They're still releasing things and planning things and playtesting things. So it's a lot of fun. But what I decided to do, because since we were looking at squads of heroes of classic Heroscape and just going down alphabetically that list, for VC, I wanted to start going through VC, but starting at the very beginning and going through the waves instead of alphabetically. So that's what we're kind of doing. We're going down just what was released first, and then just making our way down. So tonight, what we're looking at is Marro Gnids, Preyblood Thrall, and M43 Resistance Fighters. And we'll talk a little bit about what they're about, possibilities on how to get them or not get them, because some of this stuff is darn near impossible.
And some of them do have lore. For those interested in the lore, people have written stories about them. So this is they put in their work. Like look, if this is your first dipping your toes into a custom realms, people put in their work for this stuff. It's really impressive.
And Brennan Nichols, I might have, remind me near the end of this, I might have some advice on what's probably the best VC to get right away that's cheaper and easier to get. We'll get into that. It's bees, but we'll get into that when we
I love the bees.
Yes, we have bees. But how about first we start tonight with, Joe. I think Joe's probably gonna read this. So how about we start with Marro Gnids, Joe? Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, C3V, Thorman's Reprieve, comes the Marro Gnids. This is a squad of 4. Count them, 4 squads, common squads, Marro common squads. They are parasites, and they are relentless. A small 3, life of 1, of course. Move a 7, deadly fast. Range of 1, and a simple attack 2 and defense 2. They are pretty weak in that respect, with a whopping 50 points. And if we look at points, heading over to the Delta end of everything.
A little bit cheaper.
They are 40 points.
Yeah.
So which is even better. I love that.
Yeah.
So they have 2 powers. They have scale 1. Scale referring to that they can climb up and down when moving up or down levels of terrain. Marro Gnids may add 1 to their height value. Because a height of 3 is like kind of stinky, but like I like that Heroscape in general just has this generic power to climb or scale or like just to help smaller units get on a higher height fast. I think that's really cool. I kind of want to be able to play that with some customs in the future. I think that's such an interesting power that no one seems to overlook or just isn't used as much. Mm-hmm. And then probably in my own biased opinion, the best power possible, not even the strongest, but the best power, like most creative in my personal biased opinion. Cling. If a Marro Gnid inflicts 1 or more wounds on an opponent's unique hero, you may place that Marro Gnid on the affected figure's card. Subtract 1 from that hero's move and defense values for each Marro Gnid on that figure's card. A maximum of 3 Gnids can be placed on any hero's card. So we got 4 parasites being able to inflict wounds. And then if you do inflict 1 to 2 to 3 wounds, doesn't matter.
But guys,
this is also as long as you inflict squad. 1.
This is a common squad, guys.
Common.
That means you can get more and infect more heroes.
Preach it, Ryan. Preach it.
Well, hey, you used them against me like the first time that I saw them, so that I still won. But that was
it competitively?
That was a fun game. No, that was I think that was one of our first Scape cons, and I used monks, and you had Marro and Gnids. You made a video out of it, dude.
I thought it was warriors. I thought I took warriors against you.
The first time it was like Gnids. You had Gnids on your army.
And the Hive, I know that.
Yeah, and Hive, yeah.
I gotta go back and look now.
It was monks, yeah. You gotta go back and look at your own video.
Yeah. Dude, there's so much. I can't keep up. Anyway, but yeah, Cling, I love Cling. It is like my favorite power of all time. I even created my own Heroscape adventure, which is a whole other thing.
Yep.
Called the Night of the Gnids. And it's essentially you take adventurers, single units, and you have them battle through a swamp of Gnids, and some of them glow in the middle of the night, illuminating spaces adjacent to them, and you have to travel yourself through this infestation of Gnids to destroy the hive that is glowing in the night sky. But yeah, it's super, super cool. I love the Gnids. But yeah, and you can't take it off too. Like that's the other thing. Yep. Like you once you get clung, you can't take that Gnid off of you. So the entire game, let's use an example. Like who's a good what's the monk's name? Give me a monk.
Master Wu.
Master Wu.
Because you did it.
So let's look at Master Wu real quick. Yeah, Master Winshin Wu is a 5 life. Attack 4, defense 4. So kind of beefy for a monk, to be honest. Maybe not the best example, but imagine getting 3 Gnids on Master Winshin Wu.
On mine.
I mean, yeah, sure, 1 or 2, but let's just hit a max of 3 just to have fun with it.
Oh yeah.
So you're subtracting the defense and the move value. So monks are obviously really good when they're fast, and usually they can just kind of like leap or whatever. But with Master Chinwoo, he is going down to a defense of 1 and a move value of 2 with 3 Gnids on him. That's not even counting the amount of wounds it would take. Let's say even if each of those Gnids took 1 or 2. I mean, each time you put a Gnid on, he's getting weaker and weaker, and that's by his stats of life and his defense and his move. Like, it's just taking the life out of whatever hero that these things cling onto. So, this is hands down my favorite unit in the game. I love the Marro. They are the absolute best.
I love them a lot.
But yeah, so there is some interactions before I tackle the lore here.
Sure. No, I wanted to say one thing too. The very cool thing is that how these are the precursor to Festering Honor Guard. If we didn't have Gnids, we probably wouldn't have the Festering Honor Guard as they are today, which is really cool. It's kind of like almost a homage to what the Gnids are in some sense. So that's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And these guys, so oh my goodness, it's like you can't even see. Is there any lore?
Yeah, the
for
font's
this?
a bit small here.
Oh yeah, there's lore. Okay.
Yeah, there's lore. Yeah, so I was gonna tackle the rules and clarifications, synergies and stuff, and then I'll tackle the lore last.
For sure. Let's look at it a second.
So rules and clarifications. Can a Marro Gnid use Cling if it is affected by Cyberclaw? That's a good question, because I wasn't even thinking about that. But no, Cyberclaw prevents a figure from being moved. A figure that is being placed but not destroyed is being moved. Marro Gnids are not destroyed when they cling, but they are being placed. So a Marro Gnid affected by Cyberclaw cannot cling. Fascinating. That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's moving off.
I did not know that.
It's moving off your space onto another space, right?
Yeah. That's a great counter. Then again, I don't know. I mean, I guess the what's the hero that can do Cyberclaw? X-17?
I think it's only one. So
I think it's X-17. Yeah. So that's the only really one that they would affect. But interesting. Next question is: when a figure with Marro Gnids, when a figure with Marro Gnids on its card is destroyed, and then comes back to life via the glyph of Sturla, rejected by death, etc., do the Gnids stay on that card when the figure comes back to life? Yes.
They stay.
What?
They
what?
stay. They are forever.
So they also die with the figure, but also when they get revived, stay on the figure. I didn't know that either. That's awesome. Awesome. Do Marro Gnids take leaving engagement attacks when they use Cling? Answer is Marro Gnids do not take leaving engagement attacks when using Cling. Yeah, because it's not really leaving an engagement. I mean, I guess they can technically leave an engagement.
Yeah, you're still engaged.
Yeah, but they do not take any leaving engagement attacks. So that's not really like... I guess that'd be kind of crazy if they implemented and wanted to change it so that people can save themselves from being clung by having another hero or figure next to them. If they roll a skull, they can prevent the cling by having leaving engagement attacks. But obviously, with that sense, I think their point value would go down even more to like 30 points, because that would be you're doing all this work to get to the one hero, because usually a lot of units in the game, a lot of armies aren't full heroes unless you're playing in a hero-only event. So I think that's kind of just a nice little buff to them for not having to take leaving engagement attacks when they use Cling. Okay, synergy benefits received. Cosmet the Dark Lord, Relentless Assault. As they are relentless as well, Marro Gnids receive an extra attack die from Relentless Assault. They can be rebirthed from the Hive! Yes! So as a common Marro Gnid, may take a turn before the Marro Hive and may be rebirthed as well. So another one for the Hive. Oh yeah, love that. Tauren. Evil Eye Protection. As small figures who follow Ukar Marro Gnids benefit from Evil Eye Protection. You know, that's not a bad idea, Ryan. That's not a bad idea. Protect my Gnids with Tauren. And this is one of my favorite units to use with the Gnids. Tulbakra, teleport reinforcements. As a Marro squad figure, the Marro Gnids can be teleported when Tulbakra takes wounds but is not destroyed. I love that one.
It's interesting. The Morgaloth,
I actually like
Morgaloth synergy. That's interesting.
Yeah, look at this. So Morgaloth, as small figures who follow Ukar, Marro Gnids may benefit from Morgaloth's swarming vermin ability. I'm gonna take a sidetrack here. Just like, oh, Morgaloth is this figure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Morgaloth is another VC figure, and because this I don't know. I don't have Morgaloth, so I don't know his power. So swarming vermin.
I got him.
You do?
I do. Yeah.
Lucky. Friendly small figures who follow Ukar or Valkor are never attacked when leaving an engagement with a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of Morgaloth. Interesting. I don't know if I would take Morgaloth just for that.
No, he works good for like the goblins.
Goblins, gotcha.
Little goblins.
And then synergy benefits offered. Knights of Blackguard, which are another VCs, which I've never seen before.
I see the synergy benefits for these guys everywhere. I've never seen them.
Yeah, I've never seen them in person. I'm looking at their card right now.
Eventually, we'll probably get to them.
Yeah, we will. But these are dope. So their benefits offered: Relentless Army Attack bonus. As Relentless figures, Marro Gnids aid Knights of Blackguard with the Relentless Attack bonus. Sweet. So
Relentless, yeah.
So if you have Relentless figures on their army, if every army card you control has a Relentless personality, each Knight of the Blackguard receives 1 additional attack die. Oh, wow. Yo, I need some of these guys. This is cool. These are cool. I've never seen Knights of Blackguard before. And then our last synergy imposed Warden 816, Viscerax special attack. Small figures, Marro Gnids are immune to a Viscerax special attack because they're small.
They're small, yeah.
They're small. So yeah, that's super cool. Who posted? I guess I don't see any other reviews directly right underneath them. But
well, so someone says cheap, fast, nasty against low defense heroes, but die very quickly against ranged or common C+. I don't know who left that, but that is on the bottom.
I would assume that's the person that had posted this, which was the Table Walker. Table Walker posted this page. But yeah, no, I mean you're right on the money. Like they aren't the best unit in the world, but like I love them.
They cause more headaches, and really just lowering the stats. Now for these being common squads, you'd want common squads of 4 to be effective. You'd want 3 squads out there, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you want 3 squads.
I as an anecdote for the Gnids, I took them to EscapeCon East 1 year for a tournament. And some of my opponents absolutely hated me, because I played against gladiators, and that's mostly heroes. That army.
These are hero
and they did have
killers.
some commons that I had to avoid, but most of them were heroes, and I just tackled some of their heroes. Got him on the height, was attacking down with 3s, getting clings, replacing the one that was on the height with another one, and just kept jumping down on the gladiators.
This is the fun.
And then they were just
squads,
rolling with, yeah, it was like they had like 3 defense, then they had 2 defense, then they had 1 defense, and I'm like, there's nothing I could do. I looked at him straight in the eyes and went, that's the point. That's the point. I don't see Gnids work that often, so thank you. But that was a pleasant surprise. But he hated me. So
And before I forget, and before we get into the lore, how about we read? I don't know if you can read that, but where do we get these guys, Joe? If we were
Yes, so these figures are from the game called Confrontation. There's a lot of squads
from Confrontation
and heroes from Confrontation in the VC. But these are called They are come from the Scorpions set, and the model name is the Pharma Omega Unit Box.
Omega. Now, I do want to say one thing, and I'm going to expand my window a second so I can show here.
Yeah, show them the alternate sculpts that these people
it's the same sculpt, and it comes from, the same game. Same sculpt, but their eyes are green. There's like certain parts about them that are green, and they're called the Alpha.
They're different tinge too. So they're not that like traditional Marro look.
Right.
Because these are like, you can get these guys obviously a little bit more expensive than these lighter green ones. Yeah. But like the ones you see on the card are the ones that you get. They look exactly like Marro would be. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you want to paint these alternate sculpts too, go ahead, go for it. Otherwise, I'm happy with the green ones.
I'm happy
because I use them for my Heroscape adventure as an alternate version of Marro Gnids. Yeah. Which were glowing Marro Gnids, and they were like acid.
They work.
Acid theme.
You can barely tell the difference. And that's the Alpha unit box as opposed to the Omega unit box. I have not seen an Omega unit box anywhere online. I could just be not looking in the wrong places, but finding Confrontation
at least
figures,
anymore,
let alone these ones, are really hard to find. And I just got lucky acquiring these. Like I got here. Wait a second. Since my mine's got a bunch. I got extremely lucky on eBay a few years back where I found Alpha unit boxes and I got these as the result. So
and if I'm not corrected, please correct me if I'm wrong here. Each box essentially comes with 2 squads, correct?
Yes, which is nice.
Yeah, Yeah, so if you do happen to find the Alpha box or the Omega box,
just
there's at least 8 figures in there, counting for 2 squads of Marro Gnids.
If you can get them for under 40, like a box for under 40, that's a steal. That's an absolute steal. Trying to get them, it's rare, but and like what's being said in the chat a little bit earlier, either like 3D printer, although for these Gnids, they're kind of hard to 3D print, I would imagine. Although you could just do what's the 3D printing? Not PLA, resin. Resin printer is probably best. And if you don't have a resin printer yourself, there are great Heroscapers out there like Dice Bear and others, where you can order from, or Trexie, Dice Bear, where you can get these and then paint them up yourself, or have them paint them up yourself if you want to. Probably around the same price range as trying to buy them online if you're trying to find under 40. Some of these probably are way over 40 if you're trying to find the original sculpts online. So they're worth getting, but it does take some research, and it just depends whether or not you want original or 3D printed. And it's up to you. So good luck on the hunt. Anyway, character bio.
Yes, let's read about the Marro Gnids. I moved slowly through the jungle, my scales contracting to push the moist air away from my already overheated body. The skinless ones had once occupied this area, but I saw no signs of them now. As I came around a massive jungle tree, I grew apprehensive. Entering the jungle of the ancient king was prohibited, but the warlord had commanded us to push through, sweeping for Marro, the rendezvous with the main force of our strike at the Marro hive. Our dark shadow flitted just beyond my view.
Flitted.
What was it? Flitted?
Yeah.
Never heard that word before. Mm-hmm. Just beyond my view. I jerked, twisting towards the movement, but nothing was visible. I glided forward, continuing to scout. The movement must have been my imagination, or perhaps a small jungle-dwelling animal. It couldn't be the skinless ones. Only the Nagrubs were that small, but they stank of marrow filth. Plus, they were never far from the massive hive lords. A bush to my left rustled with another scurrying movement. This animal was following me. Suddenly, a small animal appeared, scuttling down a tree, its two large front claws digging into the trunk. What could it be? I'd seen many animals as a scout, but I didn't recognize the shape or size of this creature. Wait, its skinless body was pinkish, like a marrow. Could it be? Flicking my tongue, I picked up a faint stain of the putrid marrow scent. Something launched itself at me from behind behind me and latched onto my skin, digging in with razor-like claws. More of these strange creatures pounced on me and held on with their talons, trying more to gain purchase than to mortally wound. I tried to shake them off, but their claws only sunk deeper into my scales. I felt my body weakening, my blood leaking into the jungle waters. I twisted to slither away. I had to warn the warlord, but more of these strange Mara parasites kept latching onto me. My movement slowed until I couldn't move no more. The pain made it impossible to concentrate. As the creatures began to greedily slurp up my freely flowing blood, I knew I'd never deliver my final report. Who do you think this was?
I don't know.
He said what?
They're dead now.
And yeah, who knows this story, by the way? Oh, I can't even put my final report. Sorry, but you know. How did they get the? It'd be interesting if someone showed up and was like, "What happened to this guy's body?"
Okay,
There's
we'll translate
claw marks
that.
over it.
We'll translate that.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's cool though. Like, I love the sound of that. Like, I know we just talked about them for the past 20 minutes, but like, this is.
Well, I figured this was going to be. I mean, you obviously are enamored with them. I like them a lot, so we were gonna really have fun with them, and they're a lot of fun to play.
Absolutely.
And just the indirect synergy, intricacies that you can use with them. Although the direct synergy of just using the Marrow Hive with them is paramount, of course. But
yeah, I mean, they're good glyph. I mean, other than the fact of what they mainly do is they cling on to heroes, but they're also really good at glyph grabbing.
Right.
Definitely good to distract your enemy, get them engaged, just stop engagement, slow down your opponents from getting through, they're a good, decent screen.
Right.
Because they're just so fast. Like, a lot of the Marrow, like, this is the fastest Marrow unit. Because I don't think even the, oh my god, they mentioned them in the story. Why can I? The Nagrubs. I don't think the Nagrubs are even 7. So.
Yeah. Well, and again, I refer back to like the Festering Honor Guard, and how, now that I think about it, the molds of the Festering Honor Guard where their claws are sticking out, it's like the same homage as the Gnids. It really is. The Festering Honor Guard and Queen Maladrex is a nearly direct homage to these Gnids, and what more of a compliment you can get from it's from Renegade, saying, okay, we understand that there is this past in the community, and we're trying to deliver on that past. So yeah, kudos to them for that. Really fun unit. I'm glad we get a version of it in Renegade that's just as fun. Just the Maladrex Festering Honor Guard combo is a lot of fun to work with in Heroscape as well. So with that, anything else you want to say, Joe, about these wonderful Gnids?
No, just don't get clung. If you get clung, you're done.
No clinging. No clinging unless you're controlling them. Exactly. So that's taking a look at Marro Gnids for consideration for your VC Heroscape collection. All right. Now we're moving on to the next ones here. I guess I'll read this. We'll do this. I will read because I do have these guys as well. Fairly easy to get on eBay, but Preyblood Thrall, Valkyrie, because you can never have enough of the Valkyrie General who must not be named. So let's read through these stats. 1 life, move of 5, range of 1, attack of 3, defense of 3, 30 points. They're undead, common hero, Thrall, Ravenous, medium 5. They have the abilities called Mindless Pack. After revealing an order marker on this card, roll a 20-sided die. If you roll a 1 through 5, you may take a turn with 1 Thrall you control. If you roll a 6 through 15, you may take a turn with up to 2 Thralls you control. If you roll a 16 or higher, you may take a turn with up to 3 Thralls you control. So, being a common hero, it's good to have a bunch of these guys. They have an ability called Blood Hunger. Before a moving Preyblood Thrall, you may choose an opponent's figure, add 1 to Preyblood Thrall's move, and attack values for each wound marker on the chosen figure's army card to a maximum of 3 for each. That's a lot. To use Blood Hunger, the Preyblood Thrall must end its move adjacent to the chosen figure and must attack that figure if possible. If the Preyblood Thrall does not inflict at least 1 wound on the chosen figure, destroy the Preyblood Thrall. So there's a give and take for that, but still, it's up to 6 attack dice is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Let's go through. Okay, so for rulings and clarifications, the Preyblood Thrall attacks using Blood Hunger, no opponent's figure chosen before moving, move 5, attack 3, and if he does not inflict at least 1 wound, must he be destroyed? No. So yeah, this is attacking with that. Yeah, because obviously you need to use Blood Hunger first, so you can just do your regular attack and not have to worry about it. You just have to make sure you declare it to your opponent. I'm not using Blood Hunger. And then we have, of course, the synergy benefits, Nicholas Essenwine, which is another VC miniature, which we'll talk about sometime. And as me and Joe were talking about this before we started streaming, but Nicholas Essenwine, Preyblood Thrall army is a very effective army, a very effective undead army that you should definitely check out. Nicholas Essenwine is definitely one that I need to consider getting, because I have a ton of Preyblood Thralls. So that, but also,
yeah, we've talked about Nicholas before.
Yeah, and we've talked about.
We've already
we've referred.
Yeah,
haven't gone in depth yet because we're not there yet, but eventually we will.
But there are other Thralls we have not talked about yet.
Yes.
That are even more devious than this one. Yes. So this is more of the generic one, the generic zombie Thrall. But the fact that you can move more on the common hero end, the mindless pack is such a great power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, and that encourages you to get a bunch of these guys. I'd say at least 4 or 5. And the cool thing is with Delta points, you know what they are in Delta points, because like in regular they're 30 points, but do you know what they are in Delta, Joe? Do you know how much they are in Delta?
Tell me.
15 points a piece.
Oh!
Yeah. That
they go down by half? Ew!
That is insane. And having Nicholas Essenwine there for like what even like a 200. Say let's just use Renegade's Gen Con championship stats, okay?
Yeah.
245 points, with I don't know what Nicholas is. How many points Nicholas
here,
is,
I could build up a small army. Hold on. So let's say 5
like 150 let's just say Delta, okay? Delta championship.
Yeah.
For PC. That Renegades. And so I think Nicholas Essenwine is like 140, 150, something like that. That's a lot for 15 points. That's a lot of thralls with Nicholas. It's a king
Yeah,
army
he's
build,
140. Let's see, Thrall. What are the Thralls here?
Preyblood.
You got Preybloods, Dark Prowls, Deathstrike, and Bloodburst. Preybloods are the smallest in points, 15. Yep. Other ones are 20s and 25.
Yep.
So even if we take 5 Preybloods, let's say 4 Dark Prowls, 4 Deathstrikes, and let's say 3 Bloodbursts. Okay, well that's not 250, but but it's below 500.
Okay.
So 450 points for Nicholas, and let's say 16 figures. So a 17-figure army under
fun.
500 points.
That's fun.
Is insane.
It is fun. Pure VC, but that's just pure fun. Now for the power ranking, I would say like these are definitely, I think out of all the Thralls, I think these are probably the weakest. But just fun. So for power ranking, it says nice cleanup against wounded heroes. Nikki plus Thralls could really be good in a heroes only format. So they rank it a C, just a plain C. I think it's Llama Clown who posted this, probably ranked it. So yeah, I'd say that's fair. Still a fun army with Nicholas, and I just like the fact I love me some undead, and just using these guys, as undead, that's a lot of fun there. Now and before moving on to and it's funny, like they have character bio coming soon for whatever.
How soon is coming soon, Ryan?
I have no idea,
but that's okay though. I mean,
2011. Probably next to never.
Yeah,
it's okay,
and that's fine. I mean, not everything's gonna have lore like let's say the Marro Gnids or some other units that we've covered.
It's fine.
But it's still fun that they branch off into even Valkyrie still, with Valkyrie not really existing in the future of Heroscape.
Right. And so let's just see how do we get these guys now. 3D print and paint is a thing you do if you don't feel like 3D printing or painting, though. Finding these on eBay is relatively easy. And here again, I'm gonna open my screen a second. Here's a bunch that I've gotten and rebased from eBay because they are from they're D&D figures, and D&D miniatures are relatively easy to acquire. They're from the War Drum set, and their name is 41/Terror White. And so they're easy, relatively cheap ones to get, and especially you can find on eBay. Like sometimes you can get them in bulk, where you can get like 4 or 5 for like under $20 or something like that. And there is this, because I have a couple of these because Nicholas, because of another box that you can buy called Dungeon Command: Curse of Undeath. That is not listed on the website, but I happened to just go through a game store one time, and they were going out of business, so I was like searching for things, and I happened to, this is cool. Dungeons and Dragons has their own little like Heroscape-y type of, more like, maybe not even Heroscape, more like what's Avalon Hill's game that they have that's like this? Hero Quest?
Hero Quest. It's more like Hero Quest, but it's called Dungeon Command. Curse of Undeath. There's other Dungeon Command sets, but this one has 2 Thralls, Nicholas, 1 Deathstrike, no, not Deathstrike, Dark Prowl, and there's a few other units that have not been used yet as VCs, and I desperately, at some point, need to make a video asking the community, can we get customs of these? Because these figures are really cool. There's a bone dragon and a 4-armed skeleton, and there's a skeleton on a horse. There's this like necromancy type of character, and there's like a phantom character and some like knight guards with axes in their hands. Like there's some pretty dope stuff here from Dungeon Command. So, and there's other, like I said, the other boxes for Dungeon Command that I
never
don't know
really
how
looked
easy
at
they
it.
are to get, but let me see. Let me just
Dungeon,
see if I
like
can find
how much
what
does
this
it
box is.
cost to get a dungeon command pack? I wonder.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now. Let's see. Dungeon Command, Curse of Undeath. Let's go to shopping. Let's see what we can find. Looks like on eBay I see one box for 130, which on the grand scheme of things may seem like a lot,
How many
but
miniatures?
I total miniatures. I might have to go back to the other thing. This isn't loading properly. Let me see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 figures.
Okay.
And of course it comes with a bunch of cardboard stuff and little pips and things for the game of Dungeon Command. But yeah, for out of those 12 figures, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and who knows what they could be used for the future, the other figures. So
It's basically like less than $10 for each miniature, though,
yeah,
technically.
but
So, which isn't
but
bad.
if you look up Curse of Undeath miniatures, some of these miniatures are popping up singly.
Yes.
Singly.
On eBay.
For example, the our own Preyblood Thrall showing up on eBay for like $6.
Yeah, there you go. Like I said, it's not that much,
So
and
if you just
especially.
want the figure, $6. If you
Yep.
want Nicholas, he's only like 10 to $11. I don't know what shipping is for some of these, but if you just want the one figure. So there's some of the figures are being sold separately, which is kind of cool to see. But yeah, I'd still look into this. I mean, I think I might have to look in the Dungeon Commands some more because I kind of like a lot of these figures. But I think one of them has units that are already in the game from like the D&D sets.
There's a lot of D&D miniatures that are used for
Yeah.
VC, so it's great just to look up and see where you can find the origins, because sometimes D&D miniatures are worth just getting the get,
Yeah.
researching and trying to get them rather than getting 3D printed. VC really is like a kaleidoscope of trying to figure out what's the best way to do it, and there's
Sure.
different options for whatever you might have. But yeah, I mean, I just Preyblood Thrall. It was fairly easy to get for me. Eventually, I'll have to get other Thralls, but it just seems simple with Nicholas Essenwine. It seems like a fun king army, and so with that, unless there's nothing else to say, or anything else to say about this miniature, if you like your undead, definitely look into it. So this is taking a look at Preyblood Thrall, Valkyrie, for consideration for your VC collection. All right. Now we got one more, Joe.
Oh yeah.
One more, and this one I don't have. But do you want to read this, Joe?
I do.
All right, let's do it.
I do. I would love to.
All right, go ahead.
I love to. The M43 Resistance Fighters. They are a race of Meridians. Meridians in VC are like Star Wars figures. This is more like the Mandalorians. I think is like kind of their take on that sort of thing. So Resistance Fighters are like Resistance from Star Wars. They are a common squad, a squad of 3 figures. They are fighters. Since they are resistance fighters, geez, I hope so. I hope they're fighting for the good cause. And they're resolute at a medium 5. Life of 1, mover 5, a range of 6, because I do have some laser pistols. Attack 2, defense 3 at a whopping 65 standard points. And then heading over back to Heroscape.org, not spawn, but could be one day. The M43s are 55 points.
Yeah, Delta's
so
not bad.
they went down.
They
went down a little bit.
Yeah.
Super cool, yeah. And they have they have two powers. Priority targeting. An engaged M43 resistance fighter may target and attack non-adjacent figures unless that M43 resistant fighter is engaged with a hero figure. So that's to me is a really awesome power. that because that's something obviously normally you can't do if a ranged unit is engaged with another unit, it cannot target anything else other than what the figure that they are engaged with.
And if the hero, like if your opponent's hero figure comes in and tries to wipe these guys out, yet there's like some type of like boost for like whatever squad figures the hero figure might be controlling, you can still like pepper them or take them out. It gives you some options. So
exactly, yeah. So it's kind of like you kind of want to bait people into moving your heroes in so that they can't target anything else, because they're really good to getting through a screen. If a bunch of Marro Gnids were coming through against these M43 resistance fighters, they can get engaged with one, target the another Nid if they're not engaged. If they're engaged with one, just to keep other things moving, they can do that. Like it's a really Justin says it great best in the comments. Priority targeting is such a cool power and thematic, so thematic for these units. You hit it right on the money there. And then their other power, Guerrilla Tactics. After taking a turn with the M43 resistance fighters, for each M43 resistance fighter you control that attacked an opponent's figure this turn, you may move any Meridian figure you control that did not attack this turn up to 3 spaces. A Meridian figure may only be moved by Guerrilla Tactics once per turn.
Almost, so, it reminds me a little bit of the Tanuki Tricksters, a little bit.
Yeah, it's really good for developing them through the game. It encourages you to get them into positions to attack, so you can move another 3 in for maybe the next turn, and just keep that movement going. So they don't really need a hero for them to function, as bonding because of their guerrilla tactics power. But such a great, power to have, because they are, like on their own. Like they don't need leaders. They're their own leaders. They're resistance fighters.
Exactly.
I love that. Justin's also saying, talking about the Meridians, saying, I'm hoping Renegade gives us official Meridian figures because the Alpha Prime lore is the best in the game. I want to see it explored. Jeremy, get on that. Jeremy, get on that! Wherever you are, get on that.
Well,
I love that.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure he does his best to encourage people to be like, we can do this, we can do that. It depends on what he's assigned with. But yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm sure it's not the last time we're going to see this because there's so many units that they're connecting with old bits of classic Heroscape lore. And Jeremy has no qualms about when he's able to talk about it. So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's talk about some rules and clarifications before we get to the lore, because there's actually lore here.
Oh yeah, there is.
For the Meridians. So synergies benefits received, guerrilla tactics, Meridians, other M43 resistance fighters.
Yep.
Can be moved by guerrilla tactics.
Yeah.
If that wasn't already obvious, but I'm glad that they mentioned it. Synergy benefits offered for guerrilla tactics, Meridians. So any Meridians. So this is talking about Kira Jax, the B11 Resistance Corps, Jarek Guy, Rendar Phi, and Sutir Van. I think we might have talked about maybe one or two of these guys.
We've already looked at Kira Jax before. I know that.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kira Jax for sure. Yeah. So there's a lot more units to look forward to when it comes to the Meridians, and like I said, they're all very like Star Wars adjacent or actual Star Wars figures, because I know Jarek Guy is a Mandalorian. And I can't wait we get to him. He's so cool. But yeah, there's a lot of more Meridians. Definitely look at their page. Check out, before we get to them, B11s, Jarek Guy, Rendar Phi, and Sutir Van. Also awesome Meridians. I hope we get some more Meridians.
Those are kind of like anagrams for like Star Wars names.
Absolutely.
Which is fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, out of my friend group, my friends love the Meridians just because of their their Star Wars, ethos and stuff. So
and they move so well across the board. Again, it's like this is why I think people undervalued the Tanuki Tricksters from early on, and they ended up being the deciding factor of winning the world championship because their movement, you get just a few of them and they bond with each other, and that movement really helps out, like especially advancing and moving your common squads as rapidly as possible. Those synergies really help when you got multiples of them and can really decide the game. So I can see why this would be a valuable army to have at least like 3 or 4 squads. And at 55 points, if you're playing like some type of Delta event, that would help with these guys for sure. Seem peppering guys everywhere. Anyway,
and then one of the power rankings here, someone's listing them as a B unit. Strong as a counter draft against range plus screen builds. Low attack makes them tough to use as bread and butter against many armies. Sure, I mean, but there's a lot of units, ranged units, but even the Cowboys are attack at 2s. I think anything with attack at 2 just encourage itself, like every other unit. Just get on height. Get on height, and then it's good. But these guys are, I think perfectly fine for their stats. I mean, look, in Delta, they're 55 points opposed to 65.
It's not bad.
So, I mean, get yourself, if you can, 4 squads of these guys. I think I have 2 squads of these guys.
And seriously,
so eventually I'll get more.
Just contact Trexie, have them 3D print a bunch, and just paint it yourself. The paints don't need to be perfect for these guys.
Yeah.
I'd say just do that. But yeah, where can we find them, Joe? Let's see. Can you read that?
Yeah. So these figures are used from Star Wars. They're Star Wars minis from the Legacy of the Force set. The model numbers are Old Republic Scout number 3, Human Scoundrel 47, and Old Republic Unit Recruit 2. Old Republic Recruit 2. So this is probably one of those things where they may not come in a pack. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Star Wars Legacy. Where's Legacy of the Force? Right? Was it Legacy of the Force? What was it?
Legacy of the Force. Yeah.
Okay, because it's also a book series. The book was coming up. Let's see, minis. If I just look that up in general, let me see if I can find any of them. Ooh, okay. Some of these giant packs here are pretty pricey. All right, let me type in the exact number ones. Can you read them off for me?
Old Republic Scout number 3.
Okay, let's see. Old Republic Scout 03. Okay, wow, interesting. Okay, so it's ranging from $3 to $14 for just the one figure.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so there's more that are like $3, $4. So you can find that one pretty easily on eBay.
Human Scoundrel 47.
Scoundrel.
Yeah, Human Scoundrel, 47.
Human Scoundrel. Scoundrel. What was the number again? 43?
47.
47. Ranging from, I'm seeing $5, $2, $3.
Typical, yeah.
There's a pack of 4 of them for $12.95.
Oh, nice.
It's fine to pack for $6.
It's fine
for 3 of them.
Those packs of one, especially if you need commons, that's usually the way to go.
Just find them in bulk if you can.
Yep. Old Republic.
And the last one.
Old Republic Recruit number 2.
Old Republic Recruit 2. Once again, $3, $4, $3, $4, $10. Ew.
You just gotta find the right bids to get. This is
the one thing where I'm like, find a friend that has these Star Wars minis and doesn't use them anymore.
There you go.
Like I had. and he was like, "Here, Joe, have them." And I went, "Thanks, bud." We'll use them.
Yes. All right. Want to read the lore? Let's read the lore.
Yeah, let's read the lore. Let's see.
Let's lore it.
All right. The sound of flowing wastewater, filled the air through the tunnels of District 10's underground canals. The pastoral sounds were almost comforting in contrast to the violent corporate war in the streets above. Suddenly, the sounds of 100 metal feet ringing against the stone reverberated off the walls of the channel. It was a Solborg extermination squad, wrought from the great forge of Tarata to eliminate any humanoids that refused to submit to ZETI, which is an acronym, ZETTII. One eye, sorry. Subversive. Unbeknownst to these genocidal units, their prey lay hidden, well concealed among the walls, ruins, and side channels, unwilling to bow to their malevolent creations just yet. Now came the hoarse cry of the commander. The best of the resistance corpsmen leapt from their concealed positions and began firing at the mass of death machines ahead of them. The cybernetic army fell one by one to stolen incendiary rounds. The networked machines did not break pace. Instead, they lined up to begin firing at the insurgent meridians. Flaw, 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 came the monotonous voice of ZETI combined. The resistance fighters rolled out of the way of the fire and returned with pulse charges to push the invading robots away from their hidden village. Brilliant blue energy tore through alloy and armor, sending the marauding army back toward the canal. Every attack pulled the resistance fighters forward, but they were losing. The Blastotrons matched their every tactic, firing at every sneak attack and primitive intuition. The commander sternly glared at the Solborg Major and controlled the squad. His men around him were disappearing in globes of force. Hopefully some new science the men back at the base developed, but the battle was nearing its end, with a victory for the Solborg. With a roar, the commander covered the distance between himself and the Major in mere 2 strides. He needed to keep them away from main base, where the plan for a slave revolt and rescue for their brethren in Isadora was located. "For Meridian!" he cried as he placed an improvised explosion device on the chest of the Major. The explosion triggered the other mines that were strategically placed throughout the canal, causing a cave-in on the extermination squad and the rest of the resistance corpsmen. The last thing the commander saw was the intense flaming cloud of destruction that commanded the entirety of the army. His eyes closed as a blurred vision view of dark-skinned, winged humanoid that carried him away. Whoa.
Intense.
Whoa, that's some deep lore right there.
Mm-hmm. For just these little
Holy
guys.
moly.
For just these little guys.
Justin, you're not wrong. These Alpha Prime lore is definitely pretty top notch. What is this ZETI? I want to see this ZETI. What does it even stand for? I don't know. I hope we find out.
It's been mentioned before, and we talk, and it's been, I think it's been talked about in the recent Major Q11 lore as well, a little bit.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dude.
think so. I think so. Or either that or some other similar.
Holy moly, that's cool.
But yeah, it's there. It's out there. If Jeremy was on, he'd talk another 10 minutes about it probably. He's all into that. So it comes to Alpha Prime. Yeah, and like Justin was saying earlier, I think we're in good hands with Jeremy, because I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the future as well. But I like the squad. Definitely would like to use them in the future if we can acquire them. And they seem like be fairly simple to acquire. So anything else, Joe, about these guys?
No, these are, I mean, definitely some unique figures, and I just hope for those that aren't too familiar with the VC, based on what we can see tonight, I hope you guys understand how much work is put into making VC just so unique and strong for your Heroscape collections, and the power is in the just like the deviousness of them all. For
It's
what
fun.
what they add to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's these guys are cool. That's what I'm trying to say.
So much info you can't remember, but yeah, they are. For such a simple sculpts that were used for Star Wars, and to just be used for this, it's nice. It's nice to be able to take from these and be able to use them. So with that, this is taking a look at M43 Resistance Fighters. Aquila is the general for that too, so it's kind of cool to include that as well in the lore. So that's taking a look at these guys for consideration for your VC Heroscape army. All right, and then before we close tonight, I don't know if Brennan's still there, but if you get a re-listen, Brennan, I just want to show you one thing. If you're looking to get into, because I don't know, I have no idea when we're going to cover these, because they were just released not too long ago. The bees, I just want to show these guys, although it might be like they're kind of easy to get. I might be doing giveaways for the queen bees and bees just because they're not too difficult to acquire in the future, so keep an eye out for that. But where are these guys? Okay, I gotta find them. Amber Hive Protectors, that's what I gotta be looking for. Let's see. Am I going too far? Or maybe here, I'll just go by alphabet. Hold on. So just wanted to mention this. Amber Hive Protectors. Okay, here we go. So these you can find Safari Ltd. Figures from the Good Luck mini set. There's specific websites you can find these, and they're like $1 a piece. And you just get the bases and you just stick them on, and boom, you're done. Its model name is Bumblebees. And you get these guys, and insects. I'm not gonna get into it. You can never go wrong with more giveaways. Yeah, Justin, they're being planned. I have hardly time to plan much anything. But yes, sooner or later it's coming. But Amber Hive Protectors, won't talk about it too much, but insect strategic bonding is fun. Sacrificial Sting is incredibly fun. And then who they primarily bond with is Melfera, which is basically a queen bee, which again is from Safari Ltd. Life Cycle of a Honeybee set. Really easy to obtain and get the cards and just have a lot of fun with these. I love playing these guys. I played these guys at ScapeCon, and just a ton of fun, especially when you start figuring out how to actually use them. Like a Sacrificial Sting is just one of those things that's just fun to use. And actually here, I want to check something out if I get to here. And just still haven't got the Gnids. One from you on the table. Okay, that's right. See, I have given away Gnids in the past. I'm not giving away more because I want to keep what I have. But yes, I have given away Gnids in the past for sure. But let's see here, Amber Hive. Okay, 45. So what they originally, so 50. 50. Okay, so they're a little bit cheaper now for Delta, and then let's see here, Melfera. For Delta, yeah, it's just 100 across the board. So a consistent army. There hasn't been much changes to the point value, just because they're just consistently good and fun. So if you're considering just entering the VC, that's a fun, cheap option to look at it. And I've heard people say in the past if someone talks about VC and they were just given the bees as a start, they fell in love with it, and they're just like they absolutely love it. It's just a fun way to play a Heroscape is using the bees. But anyway, I am going to stop sharing this because we do have to move on to a couple of comments, maybe one or two before we close, because we are an hour and a half. We were able to make a pretty good podcast out of this, Joe, which is good.
I mean, geez, I hope so.
I hope so. So we're going to take a comment or two from the last stream.
Yeah, what does the community have to say from the past?
Let me see.
Because obviously I love taking questions from the current live audience, but what do the people in the past say? What do they want to know?
Comment. When you leave a comment below for some people who can't catch us live and who want to leave a comment. Here, let's find out. Here, gotta click buttons again. I gotta click buttons again. I gotta click buttons again. Boom. All right, and I was I left the part of the screen on here, so I knew it was talking about. So we're talking about one of Joe's favorite miniatures. Is Erevan Sun Shadow, right?
Sun Shadow. Yeah, Erevan Sun Shadow, yeah.
So Silas Henderson 1628 says Vecna, aka Derek, or Derek's YouTube channel, has one of the best moments with this hero on YouTube. It is featured in the McDurks versus Abrian Archers from season 2. Top 5 funniest interactions in Heroscape that I have seen. So that's interesting. So yeah, that's
okay.
That's Derek's. I think it's hobbies, something life moments. You find there's no link below, but Derek's been on with us before. Check out his YouTube channel, and
I'm sure if you type in Derek/YouTube, he'll come up.
You probably Derek/Heroscape or something. You should find him. So I got to check out that. I got to check out that video as well. That seems fun.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that interaction was.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then let me try. Let's see here. One more comment. Let me see if I want to. Let's go with this one. Jonah Angelo. Nice detail regarding Car's great ponytail. Sylvaris' arm harkens back to Valgard's replacement limb. Yes, it does. The Einar Jandar Utkar squad is odd. I'm curious to learn more about them and the female Kiri squad. Thanks, folks. So yeah, there's just a variety of what we saw from Gen Con from the last podcast. All those things, very interesting. Can't wait to see what they're gonna be like last year. I think the stats for like car riding. What's the cars basically riding what's the measure?
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Doggin. No. Is it Doggin?
It's Doggin Days, but it's Dund.
I'm sorry, yeah. I think of Doggin Days.
Dun.
Got it done. So yeah. Oh my goodness. We're supposed to be good Heroscape, memorizers.
Brian, just remind yourself, there are over 300 to 400 figures and unit cards to remember, okay? It's okay to forget one.
Don't feel bad. But anyway, yeah. There's a lot to look forward to next year, so can't wait to see these stats on these cards. It's great that they're bringing back like different versions of classic characters, so I hope they do good with them.
Yeah, if they do more combination figures in the future, like let us know in the comments or leave a comment of what 2 figures you want to see kind of combined. Either one's riding the other, or one's just doing like a duo type of thing where they're like, can you imagine like what kind of characters too could be like back to back? What could be two characters we can see on one base essentially as a future unit, because I'd like to explore that idea a little bit more. I think that's such an interesting concept to kind of bring back old units for a new reason, and to be able to combine them like Agent Carr and Dund is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like what a great idea. Love it. Bravo.
Okay. And I think that's all we'll get into tonight, because that's all we pretty much have time for now. But we thank you everybody for leaving their comments, and definitely comment more, and we'll try to pop them up when we can during a podcast. So Joe, if you would like to plug away, please do.
Yeah, I would love to plug away. And just unplug my computer right here. And good night. You're gonna throw an Austin. Oh, you said plug, not unplug. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. About to throw an Austin there, tabletop bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, one quick thing, because I was happen to go through the Meridians, and just see alternate sculpts, because I don't have an original Kira Jax. And I happen to see that there are other sculpts for other Kira Jaxes, and I wanted to see if the one I had was an alternate sculpt or not. But one thing I noticed in that thread for alternate sculpts is that they have Anya Stroud. Does that name sound familiar, Ryan?
I don't know.
Anya Stroud? Anya Stroud is a Gears of War character. There are hero clicks of Gears of War characters. Sure. And I went, hold on, wait a minute. And I went on a bit of a search when we were going through comments here. There are tons of these guys. For sure. And I need to find my General Rom. I love General Rom. He is my Darth Vader. Sure. Like everyone's favorite villain type of thing. Like General Rom is like one of my favorite villains of all time. And so I need to go find him, and I did. So I'm going to have to try to buy him, because I need to kit him out with some kind of special power with shadow spaces. Sure. Using the Krill. So, like, for example, if you're on a shadow space, you it's like a +5 or something to like the Krill special power or something. But anyway, I had to mention that because also Gears of War Reloaded came out this past week, and I started playing it on PC. And I know if Derek ever watches this, Derek has it too, and we added each other on Xbox. So I hope I get to play with Derek soon. I know he's playing the campaign with a buddy of his, but even if I get a couple matches in with him, it would be so cool. So cool. Because, if for those that don't know, I'm a video gamer as well. I love playing video games. Like if I had, on my channel too, I have video game stuff too. Not that I have been posting recently, which I am. Don't worry. I've been busy. This summer has been so busy, and I'm so glad it's kind of over.
Marriage is why we're here
between getting married and working on the things for the house. We recently bought a house. We're getting close to a year being here, and it's been wild. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I know there are surprises for videos that I have planned that Ryan doesn't even know about. And I am so good at keeping secrets because I can keep myself super busy. So, but anyway, that's what I'll say with that. Don't worry, guys. I'm just trying to get in the flow of things. There's a lot going on in my life, so I'm sorry. I will get content out, and I'm so excited to get back to it. But I'm just gonna clean up, because you can see back here. There's like nothing here. You could just see all the Heroscape stuff, and this is not all of my Heroscape stuff. Like I keep moving out of the way. Like this is all the stuff. Oh my god, sorry. There's all my boxes.
Voila.
And that's just not even like all the stuff from my parents' house. I still have a giant thing of terrain back in my parents' house I gotta bring here. But I gotta sort. This is my back room. I like for my office. I want to find another place for my Heroscape stuff, but that's a whole other conversation. Anyway, I'm gonna go get myself a General Rom. And
just wait till you have kids, Joe. Just wait till you have kids.
Wait, the bunnies are enough, okay? It's either bunnies or kids. I'm telling Jill right now. It's either we keep the bunnies or just no kids. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll get there. So much. Anyway, enough of me bragging about my busy life. Yeah, otherwise I'm okay. It's been a busy time. But that is all. If you do have Gears of War and want to play, come hit me up. I want to play some Gears. Um, but otherwise, I can understand if you don't want to because you don't want to distract me from doing my work. But anyway, with that said, I am not crazy, and Joe crazy. I yield my time. Thank you, Ryan.
And he loves Marro Gnids. Just putting that.
And Marro Gnids. Yeah, I love my Marro.
Yeah.
Vote Hive.
There he is. All right. And, of course, I am Ryan, a.k.a. Tales of Valhalla, and just last Wednesday was able to release the re-edited version of Tales of Valhalla, The Aftermath Chronicles Season 1. Now working on Season 2 and eventually Season 3. Hopefully get all those out by the end of the year. And so had a fun little stream last Wednesday, just reminiscing with a few voice actors on said series. Glad to get that out there. And then this Wednesday's stream, I'm almost done with the Kelda short. I know I've been working on it since forever, and I always say it's going to be done, in a month. It's going to be done in a month. It never gets done in a month. And but I was like looking at it this weekend, and I'm just like, wait a second. There's just a couple things I need to do. So I actually did some voice acting with myself and my 7-year-old son. And we are able to do those last little ones. And now all I got to do is put in the music, color correction. So we'll do that this Wednesday and then finally get that short out in a matter of like a few weeks probably. So look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday if you're able to make it. And then one last comment. James in chat says, I had 2 ideas for mixed characters while I've looked at making customs. One is an orc piloting remains of a Deathwalker Stolborg. That sounds like fun. Another's a Marro figure piloting the remains of a Q11. Absolutely. If I find the models, I'll share them on Discord.
Don't do that to me. Don't give me hope.
Please do, James. That seems like a lot of fun. Like, I love alt sculpts. Like when it comes to like, this is why I love Master Roshi so much. Just making alt sculpts, inventing a different type of alt sculpts. As a matter of fact, if Andrew listens to this, aka Master Roshi, if he hears about this, he'd probably think I could do alt sculpt to that and just do it.
Yeah.
So
put Tulbakra into 9K.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would like.
Mm.
That or 8K, either one you choose, but not 7K. Unless you want to do 7K, that'd be such a meme pick. Teleporting explosion.
Dude.
Think about that. Just be being able to Tulbakra infuses his future Marro power into the 7K, and he teleports 10 spaces and explodes. There it is. Votes? Anyone? Anyone voting for that? Yes?
I think people need some comments on some alt models to wear, because I mean,
yeah.
If James can think of that, what else are people thinking out there? That would be very, very interesting.
Leave them in the comments. Leave them in the comments.
I'd love to hear those ideas.
Tell me I'm right.
But with that, we will close down. Thank you for anybody who was able to join us tonight. And if you're watching this on replay or on the Spotify, because we have our Spotify listeners. Shout out to all. Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
We'll see you soon, and hopefully it's not going to be a holiday weekend next time. So with that, and again, salute Casters of Valhalla, that podcast. Mike, you did a wonderful job the past few years. Building on that, building the Heroscape community, inspiring this show, inspiring the next show, Jandar's Dispatch. And we appreciate everything you did, Mike, and we salute you. And you too, take care, James, and everybody else, take care. You have a purpose.
Yes, have a good night, guys.
Yep. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it. And as the bunny is running around the room, we'll see all of you next time. Later now. Bye-bye.